Today we're organizing my office. I'm going to just start piece by piece. Let's get to it. So I went ahead and pulled all this stuff out, and as I'm doing this, I'm kind of separating it into the items that I want to keep in here and then making a pile of items that I'm going to remove from the space. I knew that I wanted to make this function for me, not necessarily how it would function for someone else. It is a desk, it's intended for office supplies and things like that. However, I don't want to use it just for office supplies. I actually will sit here and do my hair. Some people will stand up. I don't have like a vanity or anything, so I just use this as dual purpose. That's why it has a mirror right there. It makes this space feel bigger and brighter, but it also allows me to be able to sit at my desk and curl my hair or blow dry my hair or do any of the things that I need to do. And so I keep all of my hair tools and products in this desk space. I just store it down below. I have a little bin where I can bring the bin up on the desk and do my hair. There's a little extension cord with the outlets right there, and then I can put all my items away. So I like to keep it like that. And so what I'm going to do is the bottom shelf is going to be mostly hair care, but then I'll have some overflow office supplies. And then the top shelf is going to be all my office stuff. I'm going to have a little bin in there for extra notebooks and things like that, and then extra pens and like little clips and nails, thumbtacks, whatever you call them, and little things like that are going to be stored in there. The stapler and just stuff like that I don't necessarily want out on the desk, but I do want to keep it in the office area. And then for the little cubes, it's quite like underneath the desk almost. It's quite hard to reach all those items. So I'm going to keep bins in there. That way, if I need something, I can grab the bin. I have a photo bin already down there that just has tons of books of photo albums, so I can always pull that out if we're wanting to look at those. Or I have a bin of like planners, another bin that has all of my camera equipment, all of my charging things. I just think it looks better that way when I keep all of the bins in there. So I'm just going through here, and I know very specifically I've thought through what I'm going to do with this space. So I'm going to go ahead and gather up all the things that I need in the office and then make it all nice and organized. And then you can see over to the right, there's my little bin of items that we no longer need in this space. So I just gathered them all together. I put them to the side, and then I will go put those away later. I don't want to get distracted. I want to make sure I go ahead and get this space organized first. I was actually using this little organizer over on the built-ins, but I went ahead and decided to put it in here just because most of my notebooks and stuff tend to be in here, and it just keeps it less cluttered. I like having it stacked up where I can see different items and then just grab them as I need them. So I just felt like that looks so much better in this area and kept it more organized. And when I'm wanting to reach for a notebook or a notepad or something, I would much rather it be right here at the desk rather than over in the built-ins where I have to go and grab it. So I just went ahead and put all that over here, and I feel like it works out really well. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the the different things that I need over here. I might need like little pins or thumbnails or little different things. And so I'm going to grab those and put that over here. So I have it all within arm's reach. And if I need it, I have it stacked up here and ready to go. And then I'm going to work on getting all of this organized. I have some different camera pieces that I know I wanted to keep. And so I grabbed a bin for that, and I'm going to put that up top and put the bigger bin down below. And that just has like my planner and just some things that I don't necessarily have every day, but like I want to keep in there, different journal and things like that. So I just put that down below. And then I have one more bin in here, and I know all of these bins had different items in it that just didn't belong here. Like they just got accidentally put here, or it was just never supposed to be in the bin in the first place. So I just kept going through all the bins and grabbing all the items out of there that didn't belong. That way they can go back to their space. There were several things in here. There was like a watch that one of our kids had been looking for. And so I was so glad that I found it. Now she can enjoy her watch again. I have no idea. It was probably when we went on a vacation and then it got sit down somewhere and for some reason got tossed in the bin. So I'm just going through, get everything organized, get the desk nice and cleaned off. I had a few little things I wanted to put on there, a picture of my husband and I, and then a little heart saying. So I just put those on the top. I don't want to have a lot of clutter, but I did like to have a few little cute pieces on the top of my desk. Now for this area over here, this felt so daunting. Looking back on it now, it really didn't take me that long to do it, and it really wasn't that hard, but it just felt like there were so many decisions I had to make where I was going to put the stuff, because this is my craft cabinet up here for the stuff that I do with my Cricut, and I do some crafting that's just specifically I want for me. And so this is my little cabinet, but the children also have a huge art desk downstairs in the basement that has all of their arts and crafts, paints, crayons, markers, the whole 9 yards. They have everything down there that they need. And some of this stuff up here, I really did not need it. I had it up here, but I just had it up here. I didn't need it to be, it really needed to be taken down to their craft space. So I just went through all of these items. It took me a little while of time. I didn't put me going through every single thing because there was quite a bit of items, but I do show you how I put it all back. And I just ended up with 5 bins up top. That one back in the back is something that I won't use very often, so I just kind of put it back to the back. And then I have 4 shoe bins up front. They're clear. I like it that way. I don't have to label. I can see all the items. I'm going to close the door so I don't mind that it's a little cluttered in the cabinet. And then down below, I just have all my Cricut items. I have the vinyl, the sticky pads, all of the items are in there and ready to go for me. I did run out of time that day, so jumping back in the next day to get this all done. And what I found one of the best ways to start decluttering a project is to pull everything out. But as I'm pulling everything out, I'm either putting it in a pile to be returned back into the space, or I'm putting it in a bin or a bucket to be taken somewhere else. That way, when it's all said and done, I can take my bucket around and I can take all the items that don't belong here and put them where they do belong. And then I'll have all the other items that I know need to go in this space ready and available for me to see all of them, and then I can just neatly stack them back in the spaces where I want it to be. I've just found that that's the easiest way to declutter. I don't want to make 5 different piles or do any of that. I just need 2 piles, one that doesn't belong here and one that will be returning back in the space. That way I can go ahead and get the space nice and wiped down and then return all my items organized into that space. So I'm just going through all of these things and trying to figure out what I'm going to do with them. And then I just go ahead and put away all of the items that don't belong, because the items that don't belong still belong in this room, just not in this particular cabinet. So I just go ahead and put them away. Willow, she wanted to help me. She's so funny. Up in the left-hand corner, there's a spider plant, and that is her plant. She loves that plant so much. I will actually take, like, if there's any dead little clippings, and I'll just put it on the floor and she'll eat it. See, she's looking for dead clippings because she just loves that spider plant so much. Do any of you guys have cats that love your plants? There's particular plants that are like toxic for cats, but spider plants are not one of them, and it's really good for like filtering out any things that you have in your air. And so I really enjoy having spider plants. My mom used to have them when I was young, and they would just grow to be nice and big and have little babies. You can see I have like 4 or 5 on there, but yeah, my cats tend to like to try to grab at my plant and pull the little babies down. I try to discourage them, but there's only so much you can do. So when the babies get a little bit longer, I'm going to have to clip them and put them in other plants. But I love having my spider plant. I wish I could get it to grow as full as my mom's did. Do you guys have any tips that could help me out? I probably need to put some like plant food in there when I water it next. I'm sure that would help out a ton. But what are some tips that you have on making your spider plants grow? I've tried to move it before, but I can't find a good place for it where my cats can't get to it. This is just the perfect spot for it in my office because there's no way that they can get to it. But I'm just going to go ahead and go through all this stuff, get it all nice and organized, and then I get to put it back in this space. And then the cabinet next to it has like my like self-care type items, and I'm going to go through that. I know there's some stuff in there that's like expired and needs to be thrown out, but the majority just really needs to be organized, just a little tidy up. These 2 cabinets to the left were like the ones that really needed a deep clean and declutter. The one to the right, I actually used that when we were renovating my bathroom, and I just put all of our bathroom stuff, like our overflow items and all that type of stuff. And I just realized that I would much rather have my nail polish and things like that in my office instead of in my bathroom, because although it's mine and the kids do have their own nail polish that belongs to them, they often like to borrow my stuff. And so it's just much easier to have it in my office. They know where it's at. They can come in here, grab it. I don't have to get it for them or have to worry about if somebody's using the bathroom, they have to wait. So I just like to keep it all down there so they can grab and go. I also have like the gel polish. I don't tend to use it a lot, but every once in a while, like when we went to Florida last year, all the girls did like a little spa day and they did their nails. So I just keep it just in case, but I want to store it over here in this area because it's not something that we reach for every day. But you can see it's a little messy in here. Like I said, all the kids get in here and grab stuff out and stuff. So it just needs a quick little tidy up. I'm not going to do anything elaborate, but I am going to make sure that I pull all the items that do not belong in here and get them put where they belong so that we know where they are and so that this is a more tidy space. Show you a little after shadow how everything turned out. It's perfectly functioning for exactly how I need it to. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and give it a like and hit that subscribe button to see all my upcoming organizing, decorating, homemaking, cooking videos. I do a ton of reels as well that just craft ideas and fun things with your children and just all the homemaking things. So if you want to see it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and I will be here with all the videos for you. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good one.